guys, because of this generation, I can say from the very beginning, crimes are there. This message could be the message for us, a cycle that cannot be destroyed, a matrix that always comes and people do it again and again. This message is for us. That even you are not doing a crime that is not lawful, you know what's our law? The governments, those governments that made. Because we do crimes actually spirituality also. There are things that we cannot understand, but maybe at least for some people that can understand have to say it also. Like I guess me also can see different from others because suppressing and oppressing a person is a crime also spirituality and physical. But we don't have a law for that to make other people stressful of your stressful life. That's a crime also, a big basic but very big crime also, because if you do that to one person over and over again, you know what will that person feel and do to you if that person has no control in understanding, big understanding and patience about what you do to your fellow. So that's why there's always a crime. It's an stress that it if that stress became oppression and suppression until it became deep, it will come to a fusion which is crime. So we do that to everyone actually. If you are not ready to marry someone as being man or woman, female or male, you will suppress your family that you will build. Not emotionally ready, because what we always see is financially ready. Also, the most important is emotionally ready. You healed yourself from your situation, from the environment or family that you've grown, because only few are actually, this can be experienced by a rich person or a poor person. Even though that rich person, even though he or she grown in a nice family with a rich full money, but you didn't know the emotions that they got from that family. That's why they can to suppress that stress and depression and anxiety that they are feeling, the loneliness that they are feeling. They will do crimes to ease that suppression that they are feeling, suppression and oppression, the loneliness. Like they will find a way to make themselves happy, like doing psychopath. You know what's a psychopath thinking is? So these crimes. So let's come back with the crimes that is revolving all over the world from the very beginning until now. We cannot do but hold the laws that the governments made. But still, it cannot hold those people that do the crimes, like abuse, kill, any kinds of crimes. Because even though there's a law, they still do that, right? It's the person itself who will cut that tie of curse that revolving from the very beginning. It's how you will know also who is who through their spirit or soul, their heart and brain. Because if you are a reflective, confessive, or repentive person, soul or spirit, you can do crimes, but you are trying your best not to do those kinds of, like you're trying your best when hatred, anger, uh, sadness comes, your your brain, your heart, your spirit, or your soul will try its best to suppress and move on. It can forgive, but remember not forget the situation so that you can learn itself. Learn the situations that why those crimes happen and how can I bring out myself from those. And you are growing at the part. You're learning, you're growing, you're maturing. then the universe, and you will manifest that the universe will be good at you and try its best also to cast away those bad thinkings, even though there are some people that always thinks bad to us. No one ever, uh, no one person in this world is ever experienced those kinds of smear campaigns to other people, even baby that is being born right away is being judged because of that image of the parents itself and the ancestors. But you as an adult or a parent, we have a job to pray for the well-being of our children. That's the thing that the parents forgot. The grandparents, the older people, we always do hypocrite, right? So no one is excused for that crime, that cycle that always being like normal routine. So like in doing a crime, when there's a crime, is the police really doing its work, or the judge is doing its work, or lawyer? Is the real person that did the crime is being uh, judged and jailed for it, or the wrong person is being the one who is judged and jailed for it? There's always, or because even though they know the truth, we allow themselves to be paid, right? They make money as their god. But don't worry. If we didn't get our lawful right judgments in this earth, in this physical, spiritual, that holds the karma itself. They will get soon their karma. The burning lake of fire to destroy a hard-headed soul is a karma for a person that doesn't want that change. Because reincarnation is real. If that person is really incarnated from the very beginning, still didn't learn its lesson. That person even born to a very good parent. That parent teach that child well, that person well, that soul well, and give all, but still that soul is still hard-headed. In the last stage will be that burning lake of hell to destroy the soul, and we cannot do about it because the soul itself choose that path. We choose our path if we are being reincarnated souls, because we learn from school, from our parents, our self itself learn by its own. But why is it that the path that you choose is just to destroy your soul? So there's no denial, because even though we are not very lucky to get to a school and learn books, experiences are there, environment is there, so that we can learn. Not learning is not all about books on school. It's all about consciousness, spirituality, life, emotions, thinking. How did you learn how to talk? Is the teachers the one who learned how to talk? It was a natural way of learning, right? Even hearing. All is natural. Nothing is coincidences. Word that is maybe it's coincidence can be, but there is no coincidences actually. Everything has a reason. Why we experience this, bad or good, to someone or to ourselves. Why heartbreaks, why sufferings, why pains, etc. is happening, everything has a reason. But we tend to see which is, why am I always suffering? There is no learning, there is no growth. That's why we are living in an adult body, but still kid in maturity. So I hope you learned something from this topic about crimes. And every race or people all over the world is not being excused of that crimes. Because we pass to one another, we project it to one another, we gaslight it to one another, unless that person really did his work to itself to heal every time. Then that person came, then that person is projecting his bad feelings, stress, depression, anxiety, bad life. Then that person that is accumulating that person's projection will project also to that person that which is projecting also. They project one another. Actually, the other part that is being projected, the bad situation of the other person, is projecting that, why are you doing this to me, like making that person realize that what that person doing is not good, projecting its own bad situation to itself also. You have to do it by yourself, then project it to me, like it's like that. Then it depends on that person that projecting its bad situation, if it gets the lesson or not. And it depends also of that person if it will get the learning also, that to learn more from the situation. Even though that person is healing every time, it depends also if it will learn, if it will get a learning from the situation to ascend more. Then that's it, the maturity comes. How is gaslighting coming at that part? When one of them still on the part of denial, complain and compare when the argument comes. When that person asks, it's not actually a gaslight, but a question. But if that person answered it, that question, and still the other person make more complicated the question to bring the narrative that it wanted, especially if it's the aim is just destroying or doubting yourself, and it's like wanting to make chaos and prove that he is right, she is right. You're gaslighting yourself at that moment, because that person already answered the question, and why is it still prolonging? Better to say it straightforward to the face, right? My phone just off. Better to say it in front of that person than gaslighting yourself in the situation that it really is a stage of an immaturity situation. Well, we cannot actually, better if we encounter this kind of situation, better to stop it than prolonging it. If you are a advanced soul, I can say, or you see the situation that it won't help, stop it and pray for both of you. Then say the light and awaken that that situation will not happen if the things that we wanted, if the purpose itself is to destroy only someone, or to prove someone is wrong, or to prove that someone is correct, because there's no win-win at that part, because that's an argument. Like we all use some situations every time with a bad way, like guilt trip is actually good if you use that as an advice to that person, so that be that person will that guilt feeling will come to that person. If you advised, then that person will reflect, then confess to itself na, yeah, I that's why that situation came to my life. It means it it wanted me to learn something, but I'm not realizing it. But if anger and hatred came, no realization, we have to find ourselves from that part. We are experiencing identity crisis. Because why is it not only anger, hatred, what we are feeling. So, I hope you learned something. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, click the notification, comment if you want, and share so that my next videos